Hey everybody, I'm with Cabalette today, and we're going to talk about the best console of all time. So let's get to it. So, without further ado, Cabalette, what is your favorite console? What do you think is the best of the best of the best?
I would say the Xbox One that I have. That's it.
Really? And what is really? What
You
is
know
your
why? Because,
reasoning with
okay,
that?
I started to think, which console have I played on? I played on the Dreamcast, on the GameCube, on the N64, on all like the PS1, the PS2, all that stuff. I have a Nintendo Switch. I played the Wii. I played also the Game Boys. And I was thinking, where did I spend the most time and where I had the most fun? I also had the classic Xbox and such. But here, like, of course, because technology is so advanced now, I get so many features. I can not only do gamings, but I can watch Netflix, I can watch Twitch, I can do so many things with this Xbox. I can listen to Spotify, and I do use a lot of this option. But not only I can stay connected with my console on the console, but also on the Xbox app, which I really appreciate. And I think they are really, having some cool features with the Xbox Game Pass and the community in general. That pleases me a lot. Where I was kind of torn between telling you, okay, do I prefer the Xbox more the
The
Nintendo
Xbox
64?
360. Okay.
The
Yeah.
Nintendo 64 I thought was amazing because I had so many good memories on it, but I didn't have that many powers and abilities of, being able to, how can I put that together? Help me out. Having so many possibilities pretty much of doing different things, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. What you're saying makes sense. I think there's going to be a lot of people upset that you think Xbox One is the best console of all time. It's better than 360, you think? The Xbox 360?
The 360 was pretty good, but now I look back to it, like the menus are complicated to me. I didn't really like the PlayStation menus. I'm so lost in the new PlayStation menus. Menus, like you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking.
I am too. I could agree with that, but I think well, it's opinion based. So no one, I also like the Xbox One. So you're in the features that you're explaining, that makes a lot of sense. She's not even a Halo fan, ladies and gentlemen. She hates Halo, and that's pretty much all. And she doesn't really
But I
like
love
Gears of War that much
Titanfall.
either.
Yeah, I
Right,
do.
but the way I look at it when I pick the best, Titanfall 2 is on other consoles too. So that's not maybe what makes
It was an
Xbox good.
exclusivity at the first place.
The first one was. The original Titanfall was. Titanfall 2
Yeah,
was not.
yeah. Fuck you. Um,
But no, for all those reasons, I mean, I could argue, but I think Xbox One's very solid. You like the features of it. I can't argue with that. It's your opinion.
And I gotta say, I don't have the new Xbox. So maybe if I had like a Series X or whatever, maybe I would prefer it because my brother has it and he prefers it. So that's my last generation console I have. And that's probably one of my favorite because of all the features I have in comparison with like the other like retro console. I really did like the PSP though. The PSP for like how do you say that, like a hand
Right,
thing
for
console.
handhelds, right?
Yeah, that was amazing with the VLAN thing where you were able like to share to be able to do co-op games with it. That was really great.
I thought that was really cool too. But I think you're right when you say, as far as like console generations go, this is probably the one with the most features. So that's why you like it. For me, for my number one, I thought of kind of what we were talking about last time too, nostalgia and really the games and maybe how it was for the time. Because obviously, the consoles now are gonna they improve every generation, just like technology improves. So looking back, of course, the piece of technology I'm about to mention is like shit now. But when it came out, I thought it was freaking amazing. And that's the PlayStation 1 is my pick. The original
Oh, the
PlayStation.
PlayStation One. I knew you were gonna go with this one.
It was,
I
and I think I like it more than the PlayStation 2 as well. That's usually the argument. But PlayStation 1 had so many original games. PlayStation 2 had a lot of good sequels and original games, but I feel like PlayStation 1, you got Resident Evil making its debut on the PlayStation 1. You're making all that Twisted Metal, Final Fantasy. I mean, Metal Gear Solid, the list goes on and on. All these
let me
amazing
give
games.
you a fair point here. How about the fact that you can probably play a lot of these games now on an Xbox?
That's a good point, but still, for the time. for the
the time
time.
for the
I mean,
time.
if we want to compare Xbox One, think of all those games, the 5 games I just mentioned. That's just the tip of the iceberg, really. Tomb Raider. So Sony PlayStation started these franchises that are pretty
That
much that's
is right.
all they come out with nowadays,
Hmm.
and they all started on the original PlayStation. They rarely started new. I mean, look at Xbox. They have Halo and Gears. I'm sure they have a bit more, but let's, for argument's sake, that's about it. They're already established series. All of these amazing franchises started on the Sony PlayStation.
I feel dumb now.
No, you can't feel dumb. It's an opinion-based question. So
Mhm.
you're right. The features are really good. I think when we picked, we were thinking about different aspects. So
I was
obviously,
thinking more of the console itself more than the games rotating around it.
I
But I
think, yeah, I went full for the games. That's what I always do. That's why
well
I'm
for the
I'm always
game,
ranting.
I'd be torn because I really like the N64. The N64,
So over
I
between the
love it so
PlayStation
much.
and the N64, which one would you choose?
That's a rough question, though.
No, it's not. The debate rages on. Actually, I think I had a Twitter poll about this, and Nintendo 64 won,
Really?
and I was outraged.
Well, there was some very good games on the
The
N64.
N64 was good, but not better than the PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah, but the PlayStation, excuse me, but on the technical problems, I think there was some problem where you couldn't like close the thingy anymore, and so the disc thingy was like breaking fast.
That's a
You know,
minor problem.
no,
I will say
it's
one
not.
thing about the Nintendo 64, it's indestructible. You could be playing that
Yeah.
thing, you could get the console and
You
like
can
throw it against
teabag
the
on
wall.
it all
Yeah,
day and
exactly. Yep. You could stomp on it and it's still
doesn't
gonna
matter.
play. It's not even gonna
Yeah.
stop the
No,
game that you're playing.
no, no.
It's very powerful. I've
Yeah.
dumped it off my
You're
desk a
gonna try
bunch of
to
times by
flip the
accident.
N64, but finally it's gonna flip
Indestructible.
you. That's
I'm
the
pretty
thing,
sure
you
it's
know.
made of
It's gonna
mithril
take you.
and it's made of mithril and Wolverine's bones.
No,
It's
probably.
indestructible.
Hmm.
Oh, you want to complain about the PlayStation, the lid not closing? I never heard that. I think you're making stuff up. Maybe in France that was a problem, but not here in the United States. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
excuse
The
me, French.
cartridges, when N64 came out, the cartridges were like outdated by then. And
Hmm.
Sony was not the first console to use a disc, but that was where it's at, the disc format. And cartridges were more expensive and they held less data. So that was kind of crippling Nintendo at the time because it was super expensive to manufacture the cartridges in comparison to the discs. But with that being said, I do like to collect for my Nintendo 64 because they come in cool boxes and I like cartridges better than discs.
And the GameCube was cool too, though. I gotta say.
And they had a little small disc. That's the thing too. I want to go on many rants about it. The GameCube was cool. I will say the GameCube is cool, but for me, PlayStation 1 is the best. It beats the N64. And for you, the Xbox One is the best, possibly the N64 as far as games go. I'm all about the games. Actually, Sony PlayStation 1 could also play CDs. Nintendo
Hmm.
64 could not do that. Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot. Don't forget about that.
That is right. That was such a good game. And you know what? When I played it again on Switch, I thought that was such a complicated game. Like
Crash
terrible.
Bandicoot.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it's hard. It's so
Spyro the
hard.
Dragon as well. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot's a freaking hard game.
Spyro was so good too. Yeah, you're right. I
Damn
regret
right.
my
See, now
decisions a
you
bit.
now you're changing it back to PlayStation.
I know.
Nintendo 64 had some good ones though. They had Super Smash Brothers and Super Mario 64. They had probably a few Zeldas in there. I don't know. The typical Mario Party. One they had probably Mario Kart, but I got to stick firmly with my PlayStation 1. See, those were already established franchises, most of them. So, let us know what you guys think. Which one's better, N64 or PlayStation 1? We're curious. We
Do
want to
it.
know.
I want to know.
Vote for PlayStation 1. All my points today, I think I've swindled everybody. The PlayStation
Well,
1,
nobody
very powerful.
likes is gonna like my opinions anyway. I know it.
Yeah, everyone's gonna say Xbox One, best of all
Xbox One, what the
time. What
fuck?
the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, but I have a lot of fun on my Xbox. That's why.
I do too. Like we said, there's no wrong answers. It's your opinion, and you know what?
PC
I
Master Race, but it's
yeah,
not a console.
yeah. PC Masterclass. It's an opinion question, so you picked what you thought was the best. I can't argue with that, and you made some very good points about it. So thank you for talking about your best console of all time. Let us know
Thank you
what you
for
guys
having
think.
me.
Yep, Cabalette. You could find her on Twitch and social media, Twitter. All her links will be in the description below. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.